Hello art friends, my name is Fleshwad, and in today's video, you are going to see my part of a three-way artist collab. So a while ago, I asked two of the coolest art friends, Minty Unicorn and Caffeine Hug, which yes, you can find the links for these artists down below. Minty of course makes videos and Caffeine Hug runs an art Instagram. So please give them a follow if you haven't already. So yes, I asked if they would be interested in doing a little collaboration with me, and luckily they both said yes. I saw this image on Pinterest a long time ago, and I always knew I wanted to try this out with art friends of my own. Unfortunately, I only have my part of the collab recorded, so I hope that's okay for you guys. However, it was such a cool collaboration, and I also learned a lot about myself as an artist during this time. So if this sounds interesting to you at all, then please stay tuned. First up, sketching. We picked a monster girl theme, and we're each supposed to pick a different type of monster girl and sketch her out on a 5x5 or a square canvas for layout reasons. I of course chose a vampire girl. I'll let you know what each artist chose when we get to their parts. I actually had a rough time deciding what monster girl I wanted to go with. It was a choice between an Oni girl or Medusa at first, but after hearing what Caffeine and Minty had decided to draw, I wanted to choose a monster girl within the same type of category instead of going like way out there, so I ended up with a vampire girl. The sketch was pretty easy. I wanted to make her very defined with long hair on the left side and of course bangs. She has little bat ears on top of her head and also bat wings that are kind of torn up. She wears a cape that is cut off by the drawing and a corset underneath that has skulls on the boobs. You can see most of her figure peeking through the opening of the cape. I gave her a bat nose and slanted eyes with fangs, and she was done. So after the sketching of our characters, we shared the results and moved on to the line art portion. Minty was so nice and she made a chart that decided which artists would follow each other, so no confusion, very easy, thank you Minty. We are unworthy. So my sketch went to Caffeine Hug and I got Minty Unicorn's sketch to line. Minty Unicorn chose a zombie girl and it totally and completely killed it. It's really weird lining someone else's art. It feels very much like copying, but also fun. It's really fun to see what details they add into their work. Minty Unicorn is definitely way more into detail than I am. You can see how much love she put into this piece with one look. So in this piece, we have a very pastel-y, cutie zombie girly. She has a couple of band-aids on her face, probably holding it together. She seems to be missing half of her face, but don't worry, it is hidden by a bubblegum bubble. She has a choker with a bat on it, a couple of cuts here and there, a somewhat decapitated arm, along with some really cute clothes and flowy pigtails. My favorite part of this piece is probably the bunny clip she is wearing in her hair. I think it's so cute, and I also love bunnies, of course. And oh yeah, she has a bunch of guts spilling out of her stomach. This was way too fun to line. I definitely think lining is my favorite part of the drawing process, so it was relaxing and inspiring to line all of Minty's details. Especially the way she does hair. I'm in love. Next up is the coloring process. So Minty's sketch turned into my line arts, went on to Caffeine Hug to be colored, and I got Caffeine Hug's sketch, which was lined by Minty. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I confused myself a little bit. Coloring is definitely my least favorite part of the drawing process. I can just not compute when it comes to colors for some reason. Caffeine Hug usually uses a lot of bright colors in her drawing, so I really wanted to pull from that. I stuck with brown hair, which I felt like I could not color correctly for some reason, until I went in with an overlay layer of an auburn color, and then I finally felt like I had a little bit of a grasp on what I was trying to do. Oh, so yeah, this is a werewolf girl, of course. I wanted to do my best to add hair texture to the arms and body, and I think personally the colors match really well together. The piece was looking a little too brown, so to liven it up and to use brighter colors, I gave this Wolfie girl some yellow eyes and a yellow shirt along with a yellow background. It really makes her come off as more playful and I think really, really cute. So here's the results of the switch around meme, as Minty Unicorn dubbed it. You can see all of our sketches in line, and then next is the line art portion, and then last is the coloring. And I think all of the pieces came out so cool. Obviously, we all have very different styles, and I feel like we're kind of at different levels of arts. I feel like I still have a lot to learn, and Minty and Caffeine Hug are both artists that I really, really look up to, and that I really love seeing their art. So I'm so happy that they said yes to working with me, and I'm so happy because I feel like I learned a lot about art and about how other artists do their work and stuff that they add to their drawings, and I love the results of this three-way collab. I definitely think all of these girls would be friends, even though they are all kind of different. I could see them hanging out, girls' night, maybe scary movies on the couch, who knows. But I think they all came out really, really adorable. Lastly, we have my original sketch, the vampire girl. I thought it would be interesting to see how I would have lined and colored this sketch. I thought it would be pretty simple. I mean, I did sketch her after all, but after seeing each other artist's rendition of her, it became a bit complicated. Caffeine Hug's line art was so smooth and really, really enjoyable to look at versus my sometimes pretty rough line art. When she first submitted it, and I'll even put like the picture of just the line art, when she first submitted it, I was like in love. Everything about it is so smooth, so perfect. There's no confusion as to what each detail is, and I love it. I wanted to go a bit more smooth like she did. She also added a lot of amazing details to my sketch that wasn't completely fleshed out yet. She gave the cape an actual way to attach to this vampire girl. It appears that I'm pretty bad when it comes to drawing working clothes. Like my clothes that I draw just does not work in real life, but I need to work on that, I know. Also, it's kind of funny because when I sketched out the vampire girl, I gave her bat ears, but I guess they kind of look like devil buns, which is what Caffeine Hug drew, and I actually like that way, way more. But in my finished line art, I did stick with bat ears just because that was the concept originally, but bat buns are pretty cool too. I actually really like that. Coloring. So there is no way in heck I can compete with Minty's coloring, but I tried. I kind of tried to blank out Minty's finished result so I could start completely fresh and without her color palette in mind. I knew I wanted red and black as the main colors, so that's what I did. There isn't really anything too different in this drawing from what I normally do, besides the fact that I used Minty's way of giving the hair length and volume, and I love it. Minty also did this really cool effect on the drawing, which I have no idea how she did that, but I love it. Anyways, here's my finished drawing compared to the drawing that had 3 different artists working on it. It's apparent that I still have a bunch to work on, but it's also really nice knowing I have such amazing art friends, and I can't wait to see all of us grow and improve, and I really, really hope we get to work together again someday. This wasn't supposed to be about comparing myself to other artists, although it may seem like that a bit. It's nice to see your arts in other styles and to see what things an artist does to differentiate themselves and their art from other artists. It's interesting to see things that they did that I would have never thought about, or things that they did that I did differently in the end. I hope this was as enjoyable to watch as it was to draw. Please go and give these artists love and comments about how beautiful their art is. They deserve all the love and more. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more collabs, because I think I really like working on them, even though I'm terrible at them and I always am so late. They are very, very enjoyable for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until the next video, bye! Hello art friends, really quick before I go, I just want to make an announcement that I made my own Discord server. I did have one that was made for me, but I asked some of my friends if they could help me create my own so that I could be in charge of it and everything, and they did. So huge thanks to Minty Unicorn, Black Rose, and Top Cookie Raider. They helped me set up my own Discord server. It's looking pretty empty right now, but if you'd like to come and hang out, I would much appreciate it, and we can chat and stuff on there. So if that sounds fun, please join my server. I will have it linked in the description and in the pinned comments. Okay, bye.